The Phoenix Suns are frustrated. That's what we heard Frank Vogel said. Insert.
It's high, but we're managed together and connected and confident. Yeah, we have a comeback strategy that's effective for us. I don't want to get into all the details, but it's bigger and deeper than just playing 5 3-point shooters. But that's where it begins.
And yeah, it's been a tumultuous past few games for this team, as they're a squad that's hoping to have championship aspirations. They're so volatile this season as a result to them being at points really good, and then at other times they don't look anything close to what they play way below their level. And like how they said, sometimes they don't come out to play. And that's the thing that I think is the most enthralling part if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, is that you look at the how the team plays when they're on. And when they're on, they're blowing teams out. They're playing phenomenally. And then at other times, it's not there. And this even when they're at full strength. And I know obviously their health has been at times something that's stood in their way. But with how Devin Booker and Kevin Durant have played at times this season, even with Bradley Beal starting to round out in form, this is a team that it's frustrating. It's frustrating as if you're a fan. Right now, they're 6-4 in their last 10, okay? Which holistically is good, but they've slipped into the play-in. And they're behind the Pelicans now, when they were a team that was seemingly going to be avoiding the play-in, and now they're not. And I think that's the frustrating part for them, is they don't have time to mess around. Like their championship window is only so long, and I think that's the biggest thing, is they need to capitalize on this, especially with how everyone is playing and how this is a team that needs to, I would definitely say, would need to improve on their consistency level, because they've shown they can play adequate enough defense to get by in terms of like with Grayson Allen, Josh Okogie, and KD. He can turn it on when he wants. And the rest of the squad, they have the defenders in place. Maybe not the rim protection, but that's just a problem for another day. And I think the biggest thing is just looking or finding out how to solve this inconsistency that's plagued them all season. And what I mean by inconsistency is like right here, the Phoenix Suns, this is what Gerald Borgett of Phoenix Sports writes. The Phoenix Suns weren't ready to play to start their home game against the LA Clippers on Tuesday, and it was a must-win for seeding purposes, and they fell behind 37-10 after the first quarter. And the Suns were rallied to get back into the game, but Frank Vogel said, the team's frustration level isn't in a good place. And I think another reason is that they just, it's like some games they're off and other days they're on, but when they're off, they're really off, and it's not pretty. And it gets you to worrying, like, are they going to be able to, take advantage of what they have and be more consistent in the playoffs, as Eric Gordon and David Roddy, Royce O'Neal are guys who are rounding out the bench for them, and that's good. That's what they needed, but I'll admit it hasn't been the most consistent. As for example, let's look at their most recent game against the Clippers. What were the spreads looking like in terms of like who played what minutes and who didn't? Because if you look at the Suns against the Clippers, it was, obviously their starting lineup has been the same for what it has been largely the entire season, which they've been running KD, Grayson Allen, Jusuf Nurkic, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal when they're healthy. But tonight, Drew Eubanks started with, Eric Gordon and Royce O'Neal predominantly coming off the bench and playing a majority of the game instead of Drew Eubanks and, not predominantly, but like Drew Eubanks and Grayson Allen were relieved by Eric Gordon and Royce O'Neal. And Frank Vogel's going with a 7-man rotation as of late because, Thad Young, Bol, Naz Little, Josh Okogie, Ish Wainwright, and all those guys, they haven't been as consistent. And I think the biggest thing is, look, Drew Eubanks is fine and all, but they don't have the rim protection that you would want, especially in the playoffs when you're going to be, I mean, Yusuf Nurkic is a big body, so is Drew Eubanks, but they're not rim protectors in the conventional sense. This is a team that, though, is the 11th best offense, 13th best defense, 11th in net rating, 6th best three-point shooting team. So statistically, they aren't bad. I think it's just the volatility that people don't, that gets annoying. And the other thing is they're actually like a top 10 rebounding team in the NBA. And we'll see, but offensively they're 19th. So I think, there's room to be concerned, but there's also room to understand that like they can improve. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. What do you guys think and why? But that's basically gonna be it for me. Hit the subscribe button. I'd like to hear your opinions in the comments. But I'm gonna go. That was my thoughts. Cheers. Goodbye, everybody. If you made it to the end, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more content. We're on the way to 20,000. Goodbye.
Coach, you called some losses embarrassing. How would you describe this one?
Yeah, we lost the game. We got to turn the page till tomorrow.
Curious, how does something like this happen? Considering A, the urgency of trying not to be in the play, and B, to start down 35-4. How does this happen, Coach?
Yeah, we didn't play well enough in the first quarter. We didn't execute. When we did, we didn't make shots. And when we got down, we started pressing, and it snowballed.
Is there anything when you look at just the preparation as far as yourself and the coaching staff, you feel like you could have did differently or better?
Always, when you lose, there's things you can do better.
Like what?
I'm going to leave that between me and my team.
How would you describe the accountability in the locker room right now?
They want to win tomorrow.
Is the accountability there? Do you sense it?
Of course.
You guys missed the loss. What are you most disappointed about in that first quarter?
Our offensive toughness. We got to compete for spots, okay, and play through physicality better than we have, not just in this game and in recent games. Teams want to get into us and reroute us and foul us. That's playoff basketball. Okay, offensively, we got to be tougher.
Why would that happen? Why would the team score 4 points and have no field goals?
I just explained that.
You did?
Yep.
You guys played probably 3 or better games last week, and those 3 wins. Is it hard to explain something like coming out like this after
Yes.
a performance like that?
Yep.
Have you ever been in a situation like that? Where
I have.